and the Assassin, managed by pro wrestling's greatest manager, the Tennessee stud Ron Fuller. Their opponents now making their way to the ring. 235 pounds. Washington, D.C.'s Porkchop Cash. His partners will be Mr. Olympia and Birmingham, Alabama's Josh Stroud.
All right. As always, the ever noisy Tennessee stud Ron Fuller. Is that a good way to describe that, Rick?
I don't know. It seems like in the last couple of weeks he's had more and more things to say for himself. All of them very laudatory, at least about his stable of wrestlers. 3 of which we get an opportunity to see right now. He's fixated, of course, with the Triple Crown of wrestling. The one belt that, of course, eludes him is the Continental Championship, now held by Bob Armstrong.
And good shoulder smash by Jerry Stubbs, puts the Assassin down. Good. Look at the Assassin, though. Finds no Stubbs on the mat. Full body slam by Mr. Olympia.
2 of the foremost masked wrestlers in the sport. Now the Assassin goes in. Small package from Olympia. 1, 2. A near pin situation on the Assassin. And the Tennessee stud wandering at ringside, lending his advice and criticism to anyone who'll listen.
Something that makes that Continental title, we touched on that briefly, or Rick did, about Mr. Fuller wanting desperately to have possession of the Continental Heavyweight Championship. There is a contract signed with the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair, to meet the Continental Heavyweight Champion upcoming in the early part of 1985. And it's a 90-minute time limit match, and right now Bob Armstrong is the man to face Ric Flair, but...
Look at this. Olympia just under and around Arn Anderson, up with 1, 2 flying drop kicks that rocks Anderson. An arm drag, and here's a situation that's got a lot still developing in it. Porkchop Cash now in for the tag, of course, the former Alabama state champion. And interesting to note, Charlie, as well, that Porkchop Cash has finally gotten a return match for the Alabama State Championship, something that's been eluding it for the past 60 days.
It certainly has, and I know the Chopper is very pleased with that. Arn Anderson finding out that that turnbuckle is no place to be when you have a man like Porkchop Cash. Oh. Dropping.
Driving the knee into the forehead of Arn Anderson. Oh, wait a minute. The tag to the Lord Humongous, the reigning Alabama state champion. And you get a small idea of some of the power behind this man as his judo chops. Oh, look at this. He's got Porkchop Cash up in the air like he was an infant. And Chops his weighs in at least 235 pounds.
Now, you like my team. I manage the greatest wrestlers in wrestling, don't I? What do you think about him? Look at him. He was up there in the lights, wasn't he?
Wait just a minute. 1, 2, almost. Mr. Fuller had some comments about his team.
Now the tag to Josh Stroud, an up-and-coming young man from Birmingham, Alabama, a fine wrestler in his own right. But against the Lord Humongous, he's running into a lot of difficulty. Humongous is all over his man, pulling him back into the corner and out. The Assassin tags in as the legal man in the ring.
Hard right by the Assassin, rocks Josh Stroud. Now Mr. Fuller is back.
I got one thing I want to say. We challenged Austin Idol for the Southeastern Championship, and we won it right here on television. I got a challenge I want to make. I know Bob Armstrong's back here watching this match, and he's listening to these comments. I want him to put his Continental title. If he's got a gut in his body, he'll put the Continental title up right here on television, and I'll put any man in my stable against him for the championship. You deliver the message if you don't hear it. I want him to defend the Continental title on television.
What can you say? The challenge is down. We'll certainly relay it to Bob Armstrong. It'll be interesting indeed to see who the Tennessee side picks to go for the Continental Championship. Should Bob Armstrong accept? Stroud now still in trouble against the Lord Humongous.
And a hard right by Humongous. Stroud, as Rick said, still having his problems with a threesome managed by the Tennessee stud, the assassin, Lord Humongous, and Arn Anderson. Good left connection by Anderson. Stroud, though, all right, fighting his way back, trying to make it that corner. Quick headbutt, he makes the tag before Porkchop.
And the chopper hits the ring as Olympia holds Anderson, and he's looking for a little bit of revenge on one Arn Anderson. Whips into the rope, a big fist, and now Porkchop cashed it. Did you see the right hand? Didn't even phase the Lord Humongous. Could have knocked an average man completely out.
What a powerful man, this Humongous. Now, Mr. Olympia tags in. Arn Anderson going into those ring ropes. Double chop by Porkchop, guys. And Mr. Olympia dropping the elbow. 1, 2. Almost. Oh.
Ring official Larry Brock, of course, keeping a very close eye on the action as Olympia pulls Anderson into the fire ropes. Anderson catches him with a short knee. And once again, we see the Lord Humongous making his way towards Mr. Olympia.
Olympia, rocked by Humongous. Just bouncing him off of that ring. Look at this. There again, the power and the Lord Humongous.
And as you can see down there in the corner of your screen, Mr. Fuller...
Can you imagine having a man the size and caliber of Humongous throwing you around the ring, and then as you look up, have something like Ron Fuller screaming at you? You know, it's got to be a disadvantage for Mr. Olympia.
And Olympia now is in serious difficulty, being brutally pummeled by the assassin. And now his arch rival, Arn Anderson, belly-to-belly suplex. I'm not sure Olympia is going to be able to get out of this one, Charlie. He's up.
Wait a minute. Good forearm to the side of the head by Anderson, and he begins to pound away at Olympia. Olympia going, looking.
He's scrambling, he's ducking, he's trying, he's found Josh Stroud.
That was the first hand he came to. He was almost out of it because he was going to the far side of the ring. He couldn't see anything.
Well, you can see the veteran talent of Anderson, who caught Josh Stroud coming in through the ropes. Stroud never even had a chance to get in the ring. He's fighting back. He's a game competitor. He'll be great in the sport one day. But right at this very moment, he is being seriously mauled by one Lord Humongous. It's difficult for me to fathom, number one, where Fuller found this guy, and number two, how any human being can possess the phenomenal strength and power that this man has.
Holding his man up. Now the assassin.
The big splash off the second rope. He posts the far leg. A count of, it looks like Fuller made him break up the pin.
What? I don't understand this. Fuller obviously just wanting to... there's that...
The dreaded front suplex has become the trademark of Anderson. 2, 3, and a win.
Wonderful. Don't it send chills up your spine? They're the greatest domination in the world.
All right. There you have the comments of the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller, talking about his wonderful stable. They are awesome. You can say that for them.
Well, they definitely are winners today here on Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Coming up next, we'll get a chance to look at the World's Junior Heavyweight Wrestling Champion.
You stay with us. And